What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome back to the live stream. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? Today is Sunday, September 28th, last week of the month. It's been a long, drawn-out third quarter, and it's coming to an end. What's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. What's up, Shep? Appreciate y'all joining, man. Appreciate y'all joining. Let me see who all's in the building. What's up, Leave It Then? I want that October breakout. We're about to get into it, Leave It Then. We're going to look at the market, give y'all an update. I ain't going to keep y'all too long this evening. Going to kind of get straight to the point. What's up, Lawrence? Shout out to you, Lawrence. Appreciate everybody joining. Hopefully everybody is enjoying their weekend. I'm sure y'all been watching football or whatever y'all do on Sundays. Hopefully it's been real relaxing. I know everybody's fatigued. I know I'm fatigued with crypto, but it's expected that the markets do this, okay? It's expected. The manipulation in the markets, that's normal because the markets are controlled and 100% algorithmic and manipulated. Let me get a quick roll call. Shout out where you're from. Shout out your city, your state, your country, your region. Let me get a quick shout out. How's everybody been doing as far as holding in there? Did y'all take advantage of the discount that came last week? Was y'all in there taking advantage? Let me know who was taking advantage of the market. What's up, Mudvayne? Shout out to you, man. Baton Rouge, Louisiana in the building. Shout out to BR, Louisiana. Who else is in the building? We got the Potato State. What is that? Idaho? We got Idaho in the building, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Florida in the building. Florida representing. Who else we got in here? What's up, Ed? Good evening. Shout out to the Bay Area. Shout out to the Bay Area, California in the building. Who else we got in the building? That's it. That's all gonna represent. I'm sure everybody's probably just getting relaxed, preparing for work in the morning. You know how it is on Sundays, or you're probably watching football. All right. My team is trash this year. But let's go ahead and come over to the markets. Let's see what we got as far as prices. All right. So we're coming to the end. We're closing the end of the month. We're also closing the end of the third quarter. All right. Closing the end of the month, closing the end of the third quarter. Let's review. I kind of been tapped out. I've been in the traditional markets. Crypto is just being held. I kind of anticipated this to happen as far as them controlling price for the third quarter. The third quarter has been real quiet. I feel like they're setting us up for a repeat of what we seen last year in the fourth quarter. So hopefully you're being patient. Hopefully you're sticking in there. I'm going to break it down for you in a second. Let me pull up these other charts right quick. Let me see right quick. All right. So we're coming to the end of the month, the end of the quarter. We got 2 days left. In 2 days, we'll start October. October 1st begins the fourth quarter of 2025. So, what's y'all projections? What y'all anticipating us? What do y'all anticipate happening in the fourth quarter? I want to get some of y'all feedback. I want to see what's the sentiment out there as far as how y'all are feeling. Are y'all tired? Are y'all ready to give up? Are y'all excited? What's the sentiment out there? As far as us going into the fourth quarter with the market and prices. But they recently offered y'all a discount. Hopefully some of y'all took advantage. There's a whole lot, and there's still a lot of discounts right now in the market. So they're still giving opportunity right now in the market. They're still providing y'all opportunity to accumulate. Are y'all overextended? Can you even take any more crypto? Are you able to purchase any more crypto, or is it just you're just waiting? What's the sentiment like out there? But anyway, we got XRP trading at $2.85. I believe recently, monthly time frame, recently it dropped down to 270. So how many of y'all took advantage of XRP at 270? Hey, Lawrence, you said you was upbeat. You're just waiting. Okay. Shep, predictions is, in my experience, have never panned out. You don't have to necessarily give a prediction. You can kind of give your forecast, your projection. Predictions, they're never 100%. But it's cool to just, what do you see? Do you see us come? Okay, let's make it simple. Do y'all see in the fourth quarter? So that's 3 months, October, November, December. Do you see in the next 3 months the market coming down to offer another discount? Or do you see it going higher to break all-time highs and offer new highs and premiums? It's that simple. Shep, I think October should be good. Okay, we're going to see, Shep. Going to see once we come over here and analyze the market. Lawrence, higher. Okay. Anybody else? Got 20 people in the building. Make sure y'all smash that like button. If y'all want to tap into my mentorship, learning how to trade, technical analysis, make sure y'all tap into the, click the link in the description. Click the link at the top of the comment section to tap into the Discord. Leave it then. 6 or 7 spot ETFs getting the green light, Clarity Act passing. Price goes higher, hopefully. Okay. We're going to get into it. Appreciate the feedback, y'all. Appreciate the feedback. So we got XRP currently trading at $2.85. I'm going to ask again, did anybody take advantage at 270? We got XLM trading at 36 cents. Discount. All right. XLM sitting at a discount. We got XDC trading at 7 pennies. I know y'all tired of hearing discount, but hey, they're going to give it to you on a silver platter. You might as well take advantage. XDC trading at 7 pennies. HBAR down to discount, trading at 21 cents. We got Bitcoin trading at 112,000. It's coming down to a discount. We got ETH trading at 4,100. Holding strong. Ethereum holding real strong. Quant just the other day dropped down to what? Let me see. Yeah, man, Quant dropped down to 86 cents the other day. How many of y'all took advantage of Quant? But right now it's back up to 100, holding right there steady. DAG 2 pennies. That's one of my favorite crypto right now, DAG. Deep discount. Deep discount. Let's look at some other markets. We got, wait a minute. I didn't want to pull that up. Let me see. One second. Paul, I didn't take advantage. XRP and some others, World Liberty as well. Okay, you took advantage, Paul. Shout out to you, Paul, for taking advantage. All right, y'all bought it at a discount. It's not too many opportunities they're going to offer to you. The Matrix 2 right here. Nah, this ain't it. I don't know what the hell. This ain't it. One second, y'all. Bear with me. I got my charts all over the place. Right here. All right, we got IOTA trading at 16 cents. Deep discount. IOTA, Internet of Things, 16 cents. If you notice I haven't been going live as frequently, it's because, you know, you gotta pace yourself with this. I'm not gonna go live every day until now. Once this shit starts moving and we get some volatility and we get some price action, I'll be more update and more frequent with the lives. But you gotta pace yourself with this. You can experience burnout. So definitely, you know, and then also as I'm looking at the market and I see, okay, it's not really doing nothing, I'm not gonna always go live and hit the live button because there's nothing to talk about. Last time I updated you 2 weeks ago, this shit was at pretty much the same price. So going live every day, every other day, and crypto isn't showing any movement, any volatility, I will just wait until it's time to start seeing the market move, whether that's higher or lower. We just been consolidating for the past few weeks, dropping down a little bit, coming back up, etc. Just consolidating. We got IOTA trading at 16 cents. We got Algo trading at 20 cents. We got ICP, $4.28. Sologenic, 27 cents. Solana, 209. Flare kind of broke out. It's still at 2 pennies though. Let's see. Cardano sitting at 80 cents. Chainlink, 21 cents. Let me see what else I got for y'all. And we're going to move over to XRP here in a minute. Let me see. What else we got? We got ZBEC. How many of y'all still holding ZBEC? ZBEC sitting at 0.00, still under a penny. We got Ondo sitting at 90 cents. Actually came back down to discount. We got Stronghold SHX went back to 1 penny. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like, until institutional capital flows into this market, it's going to keep doing this right here and here. But I believe the third quarter, we have some institutional capital come into the market. I believe in the third quarter, some of that capital comes into the market. So we're going to look at it. We got Sui trading at 326. We got VeChain trading at 2 pennies. We got XLR trading at 29 cents. We got Aave, $275. Velo, 1 penny. I recently got more crypto. I always ask the community, what else do y'all like to follow? Let me see right quick. XSwap. Yeah, and these are just extra. I don't invest in everything, but these are some that people really are hard up about. So we got XSwap trading at 3 pennies. Hyperliquid trading at 46 cents. Crow, 19 cents. BlockV, 1 penny, is actually down to a discount. Render, 343. Tron, 33 cents. Avalanche, $29. And DIA, 57 cents. Paul, you said keep showing head and shoulders on the weekly. We're about to get into it, Paul. We're about to get into it. If y'all are just joining, make sure you smash the like button, share the link, subscribe to the channel. I mainly care about y'all subscribing because it's a dope little community over here. Highly intelligent people, serious investors, older crowd, very mature. So I appreciate y'all subscribing. I definitely am grateful for that. So let's come over here and pull up the XRP chart. One second. Let's pull that up. Pull up XRP. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Subscribe. All right. Here we are. So we're looking at XRP. All right. I'm currently looking at the 3-month time frame. It's been a long 3 months. Hasn't it been a long 3 months? All right. The third quarter is almost coming to an end in 2 days. So here in 2 days, we'll start October 1st. And October 1st officially starts the fourth quarter of the year. All right. So are y'all prepared for it? Clearly you could see for the past year, to be honest, the past year, the market has been continuously going higher. So what kind of profile is that in the chat? What do we call that? When the market is trending higher, what do we call that? It's continuing to push higher. Jantel, what up, man? I can't stay. I'm seeing XRP hitting fib targets of $8.15 and top at 27. Are you extended with those fibs, Jantel? You got those Fibonacci's extended. $27 by the end of the year. What y'all think in the chat? $27 by the end of the year. What y'all think? But I'm sitting here on the 3-month time frame. XRP currently trading at 285. The quarter ends in 2 days, so we got 2 more days. Don't stress it out. We got a lot of news too in the economic world. Let's look at the economic calendar right quick. Coming up this week, we got non-farm payroll. We got OPEC meetings, unemployment rates, PMI. Also, the rate cuts last week, or which week was that? 2 weeks ago? Time is flying. But when they announced the rate cuts, there was some reaction to the markets to that, especially the stock market. The stock market is prime. Everything is primed, in my honest opinion, to start going higher. Once they cut those rates, the dollar starts to show weakness. As the dollar gets weaker, that's a risk-on environment. Prices go up. Asset prices go up. So that's what I'm anticipating. Jantel, you said could be Q1 for $27. Interesting. Could be. I'll be cool with 15 to 20 minimum. Paul, I don't think that high. Hopefully 7 by the end of the year. That's realistic, Paul. That's very realistic. We'll get into it though. But just keep in mind, we got a hot lot of it. We're ending the month. On Wednesday starts the fourth quarter, October 1st. All right. So I'm anticipating us to start, let's see what we can do in the fourth quarter. Let me go back to XRP. So sitting on the 3-month time frame, we're currently in a buy program. All right. A buy program is simply when the market is only going higher, it's bullish. So that we consider that a buy program. So we got an expansion profile higher. If you don't know, you're new to my channel, the markets are algorithmic. They repeat over and over again. Very generic, very sophisticated, but it's generic. If you want to tap into more, tap into the Patreon. All right, I teach y'all mentorship in the Patreon on how to read price action and what to understand behind the markets. But on the 3-month time frame, this current candle is coming to a close. So I'm curious to see, where does it close? Where does it close? And how do we open up the next candle? How does the next candle open? I'm curious. So what I'm currently looking at is, I'm looking at this wick right here. You see this wick? What do we call this wick right here? And that was from the first quarter of the year. What do we call this wick right here? What do we call that in the chat? I'm trying to see who is staying tuned and understanding the concepts that we're talking about. What do we call that? Yep, shout out to you, Shep. Shout out to you, Shep. We call that a ghost pool, okay? There's hitting algorithmic levels that this wick is representing, all right? And this is the 3-month time frame. So what I'm doing is I'm just referencing this wick, and you can see, yeah, although we traded outside of it, price is being held inside of this wick right here. Now on lower time frames, there are specific price levels within this. So if you don't know, the market is fractal, and it's like a, what do we call it? I forget, but it's fractal. So every time you drop down to lower time frames, different pieces of the puzzle reveals itself. And that's how I analyze price. The higher time frame has the most influence over price. The institutions, large money, large capital, large hedge funds, they're operating because they have so much capital, so much money. They're operating on the higher time frames. They can't simply flood their capital into the market on a short notice. They got to do it in increments. So the higher time frame is what's driving price. All right, the higher time frame. We're definitely at a premium. All right, we're definitely at a premium on the 3 month. So what I'm about to do now is drop down to the monthly, and we all know that we got 2 days left in the month, and the third quarter will be over. So boom, just drop down to the monthly. And as I drop down to the monthly time frame, all right, you can see the current candle got 2 days left. I'm not concerned about when it closes, etc. I'm not concerned about that. Not too concerned about that because we only got 2 days left. Once it closes, how do we open up for the month of October? And then once we open up in October, tell me what your bias is. You can already forecast that. You know, it's okay if you're wrong, but you want to get an idea of like where price can go. So when this October candle opens up, what's your bias? Do we come up higher or do we drop down lower? Do we go up higher or do we come down lower? What's going to be your bias? Leave it then. You say up. Okay. Lawrence, up. That's all you can do, y'all. That's all you can do. You got to pick a side. It's not that simple. And if you're wrong, it's okay. You can always readjust your analysis. If you really want to learn how to do this, if you're really trying to learn this, it's okay if you get it wrong. Nobody say you got to be 100% right every time about your bias. You just got to determine a bias. You got to get in the mind frame of, you got to set your mind and say, okay, I want to see it go here based on certain things, order flow, trend. You already know on the 3 month time frame, we're trending higher. It's most likely that we open up the fourth quarter and continue higher until we hit some type of premium level. All right. So on the monthly time frame, what have we done so far this month? Well, last time I left off with y'all, last time I live streamed, I highlighted this area in price right here. I actually highlighted it ahead of time. I actually highlighted it before September even began. So what do we call this right here in the chat? This highlighted rectangle right here. What do we highlight? What do we call that? Yep. Shout out to you, Shep. Shep, you need to tap in, man. You need to tap in with the Discord because you somebody who's really paying attention. Definitely tap in. But yes, we call that a BTC. It's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. All right. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So it's a inefficiency in price. All right. It's an inefficiency in price. What does that mean? That means simply that price only offered buying in one direction and they didn't offer any selling down inside of this. So it creates a gap in price that is inefficient, and the market makers in the algorithm is going to want to make it efficient. And that's exactly what they did. They opened up and dropped down and tapped it. So that was the sell off. And that's why I asked y'all, did y'all take advantage? Because you could have accumulated it at a discount. Now it's back up to 285. When this candle dropped down into this gap, it offered it at 270. All right. It offered it at 270. And yeah, that's a discount. It's a drastic difference from 270 to 285. We're not over here dollar cost averaging. We're not just doing anything. We're using precision. All right. I also know when this pretty much trend reverse. I pretty much know when it kind of like, you see how it sold off back in February. It sold off in March and then consolidated from March all the way to about July. So it consolidated and then it went higher. Once we broke this high right here, once we broke this high, this candle right here from February, that indicates to me that that is a change in, that is a shift in market structure, and price is indicating that it wants to start to go higher. All right. That's what I mean. So I'm not going to be surprised. So let's say this. All right. Let's say this. We open up in October. And we could potentially, let's say, drop down again into this fair value gap. Let's just say that happens. That's cool. They're going to offer another discount, but going forward, October. So what you're doing is you're counting 3 months. 1, 2, 3 to the right. That's October. That's November. That's December, the end of the year. We only got 3 months left. In the next 3 months, I want to see price start continuing higher. Continue higher in October, continue higher in November, and possibly in December or prior to that, we start reaching for this high right here in July, which is the all-time high, which is at $3.66. $3.66. So these next 3 candles, which is roughly how many months? 90 days. I want to start seeing price go higher and higher and higher, taking out the all-time high and breaking out and going back into price discovery. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? And then I also had the projections. Let's not forget about the projections. I've seen some of y'all highlighting your price levels and what y'all see, but let's just do this right here. I'm gonna take this swing low right here up to this swing high right there. Boom. I'm gonna hide this one right quick. Let me hide that. I'm gonna take this swing low up to this swing high, and I'm gonna project out in time. And let's just project out. Once we break the all-time high, I'm going to project out, let's say 1, 2, 3 measured moves. Just like that. I'm not calibrated, so I need to calibrate this. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it for y'all right now. Let's go ahead and calibrate this and give y'all some price projections. I'm going to take this swing low right here. The price of that low is $1.61. $1.61.53 right there. And then I'm gonna take this swing high, and that price level is $339.91 right there. And what I'm doing is I'm projecting out three measured moves. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring this swing low, that swing high, and I'm just cloning it. That's all I'm doing. I'm copying it and I'm cloning it. And that's what you see, these levels above the market. They're just clone projections of this range right here. This swing low up to that swing high. I'm just cloning each move. So I'm just doing it 3 times above that move. And let's just say we break out the all-time high. The next level I want to see is $5.18. $5.18. Shep, what's your buys in October, boss? I gotta wait for. Let me see what September does. Let's see how it closes. But there's 2 things that I'm looking for October, right? There's 2 things that I'm kind of already seeing. It depends on where we close. So if we close where we're currently at, if we close this candle right now, I want to see October open up and start moving higher. Or October can open up, trade down back to this gap, offer another discount, and then start moving higher. So those are 2 things that can possibly happen. We trade back down into this level right here and then move higher, or we open up and just out the gate start moving higher. So I would prefer us to out the gate move higher. Don't we all, right? That's what I would prefer. All right, so that's what I want to see. But in time, I can see us coming up to 518, 696, and $8.75 right there over time. Those are 3 measured moves. So that's like a 3x from where we're currently at. And this is for XRP. I'm on the monthly time frame. Y'all got any questions? Make sure y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's go down the lower time frames for XRP. Paul, you said X875, I'm packing my bags. Did y'all want to hear did y'all prefer me to tell you some crazy shit like $875? Would y'all have preferred that, or y'all just like the realistic projections of price action? What would you have preferred? I don't know what social media, I don't know what YouTubers. Let's go look at YouTube right quick. Let's see what they've been giving y'all. Are y'all burnt out? Are y'all tired of YouTube and YouTube XRP army community, whatnot? Are y'all tired of it? Let me see. 875 is awesome. All right, I haven't been over in the algorithm in a while. Let's go look. Let's see what the sentiment is from retail investors. Let's go look at them and see, okay, what the sentiment is. I like to do this for sentiment. This kind of indicates to me how what the influencers are doing and how the general public is reacting to it. I haven't been on X. I don't do none of that. I don't even do X. I don't do X. I haven't been on this. I'm so burnt out with the content creators. It's not even fun. They made it not fun no more. Lawrence, you said you like the realistic perspective? For sure, for sure. Jantel, 875, you're top boss? No, I don't pick tops, Jantel. We're not picking tops, Jantel. I don't pick tops. Because once we hit price discovery, market makers can send it to wherever they want. And all we do is ride the coattails of what they're doing. It's not my job to pick per tops. It doesn't matter what the top is. I can see once it starts to break down, but it's not going to happen in one day. But picking tops is unrealistic because there's no need to pick a top when you can just let them do the heavy lifting. And that's pretty much what I teach y'all, and that's what I talk about. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? We don't pick top. It's not necessary. It's not a bad thing to be, oh, I know exactly where the top is. No, it don't matter. I can project levels, but picking tops, that's unrealistic. Nobody out there is going to pick the top unless you're a market maker. All right. Damn, my bad. 1 second. Shep, the sentiment is very bad right now. Give me some context, Shep. So you said the sentiment is bad right now. What's been said out there in the universe? I have been completely tapped out. I've been in the traditional markets with me and my community. We've been trading the futures indexes, and that's where it's at, to be honest. Because there's opportunity every day. Crypto is just dry. The influencers have ruined it. It's just a time aspect. You got to understand that the markets are not going to move until it's time to move. Jantel, we all can be wrong and they just send it high. Shep, all the YouTubers are bearish. People are even selling their crypto. Yeah, man, it's a lot, man. Especially, okay, let's look at YouTube. Just in Ripple and XRP news. Again, what just in with Ripple and XRP? Y'all got as much information as y'all need. Y'all no longer need nothing else from Ripple and XRP. Isn't the case over? All right, isn't the court case over, right? Y'all have all the fundamental news on the partnerships and the banks and all that shit. Y'all know all that, right? Cool. There's nothing else to hear about. You know everything. You know Brad Garlinghouse every move, right? What more do you need to hear? Now it's time for utility and price action. For utility and price action, or just do something else. Like you did the research. Now it's time. If you've been in this shit for a long time, you're in that phase of doing something else with your life. You understand you still here, but it's just that time to where you need to start doing other things. If you've been in this shit since 2017, 2018, it's time to let this shit go and start focusing on other things. When I say let it go, I don't mean sell. I'm saying let the XRP shit go as far as the community and the army and every little aspect of crypto. No, man, you got to touch grass. Also learn new skill sets like how to trade, technical analysis, trading. That will give you that satisfaction that you've been missing because you're doing something else mentally than soaking in all the news and the irrelevant content creators, all right? The irrelevance and the bullshit that they put out. You need other things to stimulate your mind. And that's why I said trading, working out, whatever you like to do and enjoy life, man. Because sitting here banking everything on Ripple and XRP, man, you're gonna be sadly mistaken as far as the time. You don't know when and how long this shit gonna be. They might not push this shit to $100 to 2030. It might not see $1,000 to 2035. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. You look how long it's been so far. Hasn't everybody been wrong? And I'm not being bearish, y'all. Don't mistake me for being bearish. I'm a trader, so my instinct is always to go back to trading whenever long-term investing takes too long. Whenever long-term investing is taking too long, I'm gonna go back to the traditional markets. I'm gonna trade because every day there's opportunity. Every day. I can make $1,000 per day trading. I can make hundreds of dollars per day trading. And that would take my mind off long-term investing. Shep, you said you saw Lenny calling the YouTubers out, holding them accountable, as he should, man. Shout out to Lenny. You got that right. I'm going to reinvest in more real estate. Yep. Victor, it sounds like you behind, Victor. But anyway, let's look at YouTube, man. XRP, $33. Oh my God. Aren't y'all tired of this? Ripple XRP Riddler is back after 5 long years, gives out a special message. Wow. Excuse me. There goes me. Of course, I'm going to give it to you straight. Psychology, smart money psychology. Yes, I'm going to get into it once we go down intraday. I'm going to show you. There's a high probability that XRP supply shock is coming. Just days away. And that shit like that gets 11,000 views. Secret countdown. Shockingly soon. Boy, they are getting y'all, boy. I tell you. What's up with this guy right here? His price prediction. Let's see how that goes. Is XRP really disappearing? It's all gone. XRP liftoff. America's financial heart attack explained. What the hell? I've never seen this guy either because I've been away. Brand new people are popping up. I have not been on here. Brand new people are popping up. Who is this guy, man? Is he replacing the Canadian guy? Is he replacing him? I don't know. Ripple is stepping deeper into bigger role. October, November, XRP, $17, $27, $33. XRP Pumptober, 48 hours left. XRP live. Huge Ripple XRP Swift drama. Here's the truth. XRP price prediction. Let's see. This is all y'all left with, man. This is what it's come to. XRP is about to go parabolic in Q4. Eric Trump. ETF going live on New York Stock Exchange. S&P 500 adding XRP exposure. Man, I'll tell you, bro. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. We just trying to get some sentiment on the public side. Ripple XRP, the hidden trigger has been activated with Brad Garlinghouse as the thumbnail. I guess that works every time for y'all. 14,000 views. Where's the real people? Hey, don't never get caught. Okay, let me give y'all one thing. Never get out here and get caught doing this as a thumbnail, all right? Never have your mouth wide open on a thumbnail. Never seen this guy, Miles G. Shout out to him, but got to change that thumbnail, buddy. Don't do it. Does that still work for y'all? Y'all let me know in the chat. Is that still working for y'all when people drop their mouth like that and leave it wide open? Does that still work for y'all? Is that still getting the clicks? Y'all let me know in the chat. Does that still get clicks? Well, anyway, let's come back over to the price where everything, that's all you need. You don't need nothing else, to be honest. You learn this skill set. You don't need nothing else. All you need is you and the skill, and you don't need nobody else to tell you nothing. How about that? You don't even need me. You learn this skill set. You don't even need me to tell you what to do. What's up, Night Owl? Jantel, damn, man, I'm sad now. I got to go. Peace out, man. Shout out to you, Jantel. Just watch the replay. That's all you got to do, man. Watch the replay. Watch the replay. So I'm going to hide this. I give y'all my projection levels for XRP, all right? Let's hide that. We got a monthly fair value gap right there. We traded down into it. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to the weekly. Dropping down to the weekly time frame. We just started the new week of trading right here. And what I want to see is, go back out to the monthly. Let's go to the weekly. So we dropped down last week and we took out liquidity right here. So we dropped down, took out this low right here. Below that low is sell side liquidity, meaning, what does that mean? What does sell side liquidity mean in the chat? Who remembers? What does that mean? Pop quiz. You said, what's the midpoint of that gap? The midpoint of that gap is 253, roughly 253. Roughly 253. So what I'm looking at is, I'm looking at this wick right here. Let me go down to the daily. Let's go down to the daily. on the daily time frame. So we dropped down. We took out, and that when we did this Friday, on Friday, we dropped down, took out this liquidity right here, this low. There was orders below that, and you see how the market drops to that low? Look at the precision, all right? Look at the precision of when the market sold off. This low right here was from September 1st, the first of the month. It created this low. Dropped down 270. Recently, last Friday, dropped down again 270. Is that random? Is that random? Let's zoom in on it. Drop down, sweep this low right here, all right? Swept that low, took out the liquidity, and then the market on the dime after dropping to discount reverses. Do y'all think that's random or is that algorithmic? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, y'all subscribe. Is that random or is that algorithmic? So what I'm looking for now is, I want to see price come up to this high right here. You see this swing, this candle? What do we call this candle right here, y'all, in the chat? What do we call this right here? What is this called right here? This down close candle. What do we call that? Anybody in the chat? Anybody know? Smash the like button, y'all. Come on now, show some support. Smash the like button. Print? No, we don't call it a print. We don't call it a print. Shout out to you, Lawrence. The people that are getting it right, they're tapped into the Discord. They're tapped into the Patreon. Yes, y'all learned a whole lot, man. Y'all been learning a whole lot. This shit is second nature. Shout out to you, Lawrence. That is what kind of order block? So what I want to see is after dropping down the discount right here, you see that? I want to see price come up to this this opening price right here. If price trades to this right here and pierces it, that's a signal to go long. That's a bullish indication that XRP is going to rally higher. Let's take a closer look at price. Let's take a closer look at price. Yep, Lawrence, bullish. So I'm on an hourly. So now we're intraday. Anytime you drop below the daily time frame, you start looking at intraday price action. Anytime you drop below I'm gonna say it again. Anytime you drop below the daily time frame, you're looking at intraday price action. So more shorter term, not so long term. You're pretty much getting into day trading concepts, which apply to long-term investing as well. So like I said, you're either gonna learn this or you're not. Doesn't make me no difference. But if you have it, nobody can ever take it away from you. As long as you have your mental capacity and you stay healthy in life, you don't lose your mind, nobody can take this skill from you, all right? It's with you for the rest of your life because they're not going to change the algorithm because guess what? 99% of people have no idea what's going on in the market. All right? 99% of people have no idea of what's going on in the market. Let me hide this. So we drop down. You see how we drop down? And I showed y'all that low. You see this red trend line? That's the low from September 1st. You see how we drop down to that low and just slightly pierce it. All right. Do you think that's random right there? How it drops specifically to that price level and then reverses on a dime. All right. We trade back up higher. We drop it down again lower, back down to discount, offer one more discount again. And then once we broke, just like I showed y'all on the, what time frame was that? Hourly? No, on the daily. Once we break this high right here, this candle right here, what kind of candle is that in the chat? Once we break that, that's a shift or that's a change in the direction of price. That's a change in direction of price. And that indicates that we went down a discount and now that the market should be start moving higher. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a trend line right here at this opening price. Well, not at the opening price. Let me see. Almost at the high. I could draw it to the high. I'm gonna draw it to the high right quick. I'm gonna draw it out to that high right there. All the way out. You see our price. Let me show you right quick. Price tried to come back down to it and it barely touched it. But you know what it did trade into? After the market changes direction on lower time frames, see, we know when the market is going to reverse after dropping down to key levels. Once we drop down to key levels, which was that monthly fair value gap, us smart money traders, we know when the market is going to reverse in direction. What is this right here in the chat? What do we call this right here? What do we call that right there? Anybody? This large candle right here, this single candle. What do we call that? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoying this and you're actually learning and leaving away with value. Yep, shout out to you, Ed. It's called a BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, not a breaker. Let's see. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's see if we got a breaker. Low, high. No, that's not a breaker. That's not a breaker. That's not a breaker, Lawrence. But I'm glad you're paying attention to see if that was a breaker. Not a breaker. But this candle right here, that's a BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which is a fair value gap. So after we reverse direction, so after we drop down to discount, I'm looking for specific things in price. I'm looking for real specific things to indicate to me, okay, it's done going lower and now it's time to reverse. Yes, we know how to identify that. So we drop down 1, 2, this candle right here. Once we break that high, to me, that's a shift in market structure. And then we trade down and they hold price in this consolidation right here. You see this consolidation? They're just holding price inside of this BTC. Is that random? Y'all tell me if that's random. How I highlight this fair value gap in green. You see that? BTC. And we just trade inside of this discount. We're just trading inside of this. And then check it out. We trade down one more time. You see these two candles? We trade down one more time. And then what I'm doing is I'm combining both of these candles. What are both of these candles called when they're combined together? You see these two candles, how they trade down? What are they called? What do we call those candles? What's up, Jeffrey Mix? Shout out to you, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all brand new. Shout out to everybody that been subscribing. Shout out to y'all been tapping in. I'm teaching y'all price action right now. That's what I prefer to do instead of giving y'all hype. I'd rather just teach y'all how to read the markets, how to trade the markets, how to know when to see things in the market that you shouldn't be seeing. Everything over here, you should not be seeing this shit. Not a SIBI. So whenever you see two consecutive candles that are at discount in the market trade, so we're identifying where we're at in price. We're at discount. We just drop down here, discount. If you miss this right here, they're giving you an opportunity inside of this fair value gap to accumulation. And then once we break this high right here, that's an indication that that is a shift in market structure. So 2 candle closure, this candle right here, this single candle, it trades up. As soon as it crosses this candle right here, that's a bullish indication. And look what that candle closed. We traded up, close. Now, what did this candle right here do? This next candle, what did it do? It opened at the base. And where did it drop down into? Boom, right there. It dropped right directly into that candle right there. You think that's random? Because I don't think that's random at all. We drop right down into that order block. So 2 consecutive candles are one order block. This is one order block. One order block. We trade down into it. That could have been another accumulation level at discount. And when it dropped down into it, it went down to about 278. So boom, right there, accumulation. And then what does the market do? Starts expanding higher, just like that. And then what do? We get a retracement. So, okay, before we get to that part, so you see this expansion higher, that's where we're currently at. What kind of profile is this? What do we call that in the chat? See how the market is just expanding higher? What do we call that? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. My bad, y'all. I had to get a phone call. My bad. Let me read the chat. Ed, market maker buy program. Shout out to you, market maker. What makes it a market maker buy program? Shout out to you, Shep and Lawrence as well. Lawrence, not a market maker sell. It's going higher, so that's a market maker buy. It's a market maker buy program. So all that simply means is the algorithm is going higher. It's just forced to go higher. It's nothing you could do about it. It's just a buy program. So it's just going expanding higher. So for example, what's a sell program? Well, a sell program, you see when the market shifted lower and traded down a discount right here, that's a sell program. So it's just price going from a premium trying to go down to discount levels. That's a sell program. Once it goes from a sell program and offers a discount, it shifts in direction and offers a buy program. This shit repeats over and over again. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Tap into the Patreon. It's not random. If you can identify this, you have hacked the fucking the code to the market. All right, you have hacked it and you unlock the cheat code to the market. All right, everybody wants that cheat code. Not saying it's perfect because it's going to take you learning this shit and it's going to be psychology behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to it, but if you can clearly see it as I explained it to you. Market maker sell program, all right, you can see it go down. Before it went down, it offered a buy program going up. You see that? That's the swing high, swing low, consolidation, expansion higher. So that's all the market does. It goes from sell program, all right, it consolidates, buy program, sell program, consolidation, buy program. Same thing as expansion. Same thing as consolidation, expansion, retracement, reversal. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, reversal. The market's just repeating over and over and over again. All right. Tap into the Patreon if y'all want to learn this. All right. Y'all want to tap into the group. We trade every day. We're in the markets every day. I got a group of people learning. They've learned a lot, especially the ones that's tapped in. And you could clearly see this shit repeating over and over again. All right. Just back and forth. I can go back weeks of buy program, sell program, buy program, sell program, consolidation. The profile switch as well. And when the profile switch, you got to adjust yourself and turn into a new type of trader. All right. Look at this week right here, choppiness. And this is why I wasn't here for the past couple of weeks, because when the market does this right here, there's nothing to talk about unless you want to be a trader. And how many of y'all actually trade XRP? A lot of y'all don't. You're buying and holding. But when you're trading, there are dozens and dozens of moves in both directions of this market right here. All right. So that's a consolidation week right there. This week right here, sell program, buy program, consolidation, sell program, consolidation, and continue discount. All right. So repetitive. All right. So let me clean this up a little bit, show you, readjust, show y'all some other stuff. Y'all smash that like button, subscribe if you're actually learning. So yes, as we drop down a discount, we expand higher, we consolidate, we retrace to this fair value gap. It was down there for a very long time. All right. Then we drop down one more time and boom, expansion higher. So as we expand higher, it's creating many gaps in the market. You can see the gaps, fair value gaps. You might try to enter on these if you're trading. These are more trading concepts, by the way. But you can see this candle right here. You can see this candle right here. That's a bullish order block. And once that candle closes, it creates a fair value gap right here in the form of a BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. I'm gonna highlight that. You see that? You could have, let's say if you was trading, look at the precision. Look how the market trades down into that. Boom, offer you a discount. And then expansion higher. Let's say you missed this right here. Let's say you missed this fair value gap and you couldn't get an entry and you was a trader. What's this candle right here? Y'all in the chat, what is this candle right here? What do we call that? Let's just say you hypothetically missed that and you couldn't get it down there. What y'all say? Yep, Shep, order block. So for order blocks. For order blocks. And we're going to refer to this one right here as well. You might not see the order block forming. So I could see the order blocks forming before they complete. But if you're somebody who see them after the fact, sometimes you might not get an entry. For example, this order block right here, once it dropped that back down, it didn't tag it. It didn't enter it. But you can, if you wanted to enter on order blocks, you have to understand order flow. You got to understand where is price action trying to reach for? Where is it trying to go to? And once you figure out where it's trying to reach for and where it's trying to go to, you can trust trading in order blocks before they happen. So for example, when this market dropped down right here to this fair value gap and it started expanding higher, I'm looking to see if price wants to reach back up into this order block. And when it does right here on this candle, it opens, trades into it. You could have set an entry point right there at that low. And then it drops down and closes. And then the next candle right here just expands higher. But also, what's the midway point? Is that a key level in the order block? Is that a key level? Watch this. Let's drop a Fibonacci. Let's take a Fibonacci from the open down to the close. Right there. And you tell me, is the midway point a key level? Because remember, we expand higher, we open, we tap the top of the order block. That's a validation that to me that the market is going to continue to go higher. And then look at when this candle opens right here. It opens, and where does it open at? Where does it open at? Right there at the midway point of the order block. You see that? Opens, boom, expands higher, and price continues to rally higher, just like that. Is that random? I don't think that's random. Okay, I don't think that's random. I don't think that's random at all. Next candle. We got a fair value gap right here, BTC, in the form of a BTC. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It's retracing down right now into a discount. You can see it, touches it once. Consolidating. And let's just say you missed this. I want to see price support this and go higher, but let's just say you missed this. I will be looking for the top of this candle right here. Once it pierces above it, right here, once it pierces it, that's going to validate to me that price is going to want to continue to go higher. Now, what is price reaching for? What are we reaching for? Well, we got a lot of highs that they left behind in the market. We got, what's the first thing we do once we start the beginning of the week? Y'all let me know in the chat. What's the first thing we do when we start the beginning of the week? What's the first thing we look for? What's the first thing that we look for? Who remembers? I know it's been a while. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. I'm in a teacher mood tonight because there's nothing else to do but study price. If you really want to learn how to do this, all you can do is study the markets, back test, watch price action, and be more proficient with your skill set. What's up, Jay Manson? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody in the Discord, man. Ed, mark the previous highs and lows. Yes, Ed, you're correct. Previous highs and lows. Previous highs and lows. What? But not just previous highs and lows. What previous highs and lows? I'm sitting on the hourly time frame. So more specifically, what previous highs and lows are we looking for? We just started the new week. It's Sunday. So what highs and lows are we looking for? Yeah, you could look for yesterday's highs and lows, but when I'm on the hourly time frame, I got a more outlook on price. So when I'm on the hourly, see all my dividers, all these trend lines, these vertical trend lines, I can look back in price 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm currently looking back 7 weeks of price action. 7 weeks. And as you can see, I haven't been engaged with XRP every day like I normally am, because I already know I could just glance at it and be like, okay, it's not doing nothing. I'm not really engaged with it because a lot of my energy is going into other markets. Currently, I'm tapped in with XRP. I'm managing my investments, but I'm not engaged with it every day, but I can look back 7 weeks in price and get key levels in the market. Key levels in the market. But y'all are right. We're looking for the previous week's highs and lows. So whenever I'm on the hourly, I'm looking at the previous week's highs and lows, because the market makers are always going to leave behind liquidity, pending orders in the market. So whenever they were selling the market off, they left behind their orders below the market. And then once they send the market higher, they have their orders above the market. And if you don't know, they're making money in both directions. All right. That's why it's taking so long, because y'all have not understood what's really going on in the markets. Market makers are making money selling the market, and they're making money buying the market. They're making more money doing that than long-term investing like y'all think. They're too busy getting this money intraday in milliseconds and seconds. Y'all have no idea what's going on if you're brand new to this. B Rush, shout out to you. Shit ain't moving, Boss Vision. I'm going back to touch of sand. Yeah, man. I feel you, B Rush. That's what I've been doing pretty much. All right. I need to touch some more sand though. But I've just been focused in other markets, bro. I've been watching futures, trading the NASDAQ and the S&P and whatnot. And that's just been occupying my mind. And I every day I'm glancing at crypto for the past fucking month and a half, maybe. I've been like, yeah, it ain't doing nothing. But I anticipated that, because this same thing happened last year in the third quarter, fourth quarter. Let's see what happens. We're about to start the fourth quarter. But it should be exciting. The whole paradigm can shift in the fourth quarter. And I'm going to be here for it. But there's no point in me going live every day when price is stagnant. Whenever price action is stagnant and ain't moving, there's no need for me to do this every day on live stream. Unless if y'all want to contact me, get in touch with me, we do that privately. I'm always engaged privately, but doing this every day, trying to chase views and shit like that, no, I'm not into that, man. I can actually trade. I got other things to do instead of content creation all day. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, all right? Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. But back to what I was saying, you want to highlight the previous week's highs and lows. You want to know where exactly they're leaving their orders. You might be like, oh, that's bullshit. Ain't no way you can know where they're leaving their orders. Yes, you can. Once you see this over and over again, you can identify exactly where their orders are in the market. Let me zoom out again. Let's go out to the 4 hour. Yep, I'm bullish on the 4 hour. Let's go out to the daily. And like I said, on the daily time frame, I want to see price come up after dropping down to a key level at discount. I want to see it come up. Wait a minute. All right, so what I'm looking at right now is, okay, order flow has been bearish. We got a clear shift in market structure. We at a key level right now. So XRP is at a key level. You see this candle right here? What do we call this candle? This is a daily time frame. What do we call this candle right here? What is this candle called right there? I'm going to highlight something to y'all. Let me hide this right quick. So we recently traded up into this bearish SIBI. I'm going to highlight that. Bearish SIBI. Yep. That's a bearish SIBI. We traded up to it. Do you think it's random? Do you think it's random that it trades directly to what point? The midway point. Say it trades up into the midway point, and then the next candle opens up and it sells off, and it's doing it right there at that level. Not the wicks. I don't care about the wicks. The wicks can be dramatic, but look what the bodies of the candles are right there at that level right there. And then it sells off, and when it sells off at a premium, it drops down a discount, and at discount they buy it back and go back up to a premium. And now I'm looking at this bearish order block right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure it from the close to the open. And I want to see how sensitive the midway point is. I want to see how sensitive that midway point of that order block is. Do we trade up into that? And order flow is really still bearish and comes down? Well, we shall see. Because are they done offering a discount, or are they ready to go higher? Y'all let me know in the chat. Do y'all think they want to offer more of a discount, or do they want to continue to push price higher going into the fourth quarter? And then as I drop back out to the, let's say, I'm gonna do a split screen. Do a split screen and go back out to the monthly. That's why, so whoever asked me what my October forecast was, well, I need to see where they close September. I want to see how September close, and then I will get a better indication on what October wants to do. Because right now on lower time frames, intraday, we're at a point where, okay, it can break through this level. It can break through this daily level and continue to push higher, or it can reject off that level and come back down to offer more of a discount. So it's like 50-50 right now. And we only got 2 more days. Well, we only got a day and 23 hours left to see what they want to do. Brian, they just printing money. Shep, you said I did? Okay. Appreciate it, Brian. Shout out to you, man. Brian Giddens. And yes, they are printing money. They are printing money. The interest rates just been cut. The treasuries have been bullish. So the United States treasuries, that's the debt notes. And they've been printing. Somebody been buying up U.S. treasuries. I'm assuming the Federal Reserve. And whenever they buy treasuries, that's when they print money. And the dollar is weak. The United States dollar is very weak. So if the dollar starts to sell off, that means they're going to print capital. They're printing money into the economy. So they're going to be turning the money printers on as they drop the interest rates and the dollar starts to lose value. That's an indication that they're printing money. And as they print money, the dollar becomes devalued, and a lot of capital and cash flows into assets, which grow over time. And that's where it's at. So I'm gonna say this: if the dollar sells off, I want to see XRP to continue to go higher. So we had some pivotal moments. We're coming to the end of the month, so not really gonna be pushing it too hard right now. Let me come back over here intraday right quick. So in the daily, we're starting to move higher. Let's drop down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. We got this level right here, this swing high. We can trade up into that. Trade up high. There's liquidity right there at that swing high. That was last Wednesday. That was the high of the day last Wednesday. So there's liquidity above the market that we can start reaching for. I'm over here looking to the left. Let me hide some of this right quick. Let me hide that. Over here to the left of XRP, y'all in the chat, what is this called right here? What do we call this right here in the chat? This candle right here, this bearish candle. What do we call that? Yep, Shep, Sibby. It's a Sibby. So what I'm gonna do, Shep, I'm gonna highlight that Sibby right there. Yep, shout out to you, Lawrence. I'm gonna highlight that Sibby right there, all right? And I'm gonna drag it all the way to the right of my chart. Give it another color because we're on the hourly time frame. So I'm gonna give it that color right there. That lets me know, that indicates to me what time frame these levels are on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it the green color right there. Boom. Brian, I mean, in these markets, they are mopping the floor with everyone, most people who are trading over leverage. For sure, Brian, for sure. People are getting mopped for real, washed. This is a Sibby. We already are trading at, let me show you right quick. We're already trading at this level right here. You see this right here? There's another Sibby right there. I'm gonna highlight that. I'm gonna highlight this Sibby right here. and I'm gonna drag it all the way to the right of my chart. Boom, right there. So you see that SIBI? It's a small one. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see it, identify it right there. Zoom in on it. You see that right there, the SIBI. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Drag it all the way to the right. And as price trades up into it, y'all tell me if that's random or not. I mean, is that algorithmic how we trade into that? If I didn't identify it to you, I guarantee you wouldn't even have been able to spot it out. You got to know what you're doing. So you see how we trade up into it? Boom, one time. Then the next candle opens. It taps the midway point with precision. You see that? Almost. Just a little bit under it. You see that? And it rejects it. And as it rejects it, it drops back down to a discount. Boom, just like that. So that just tells y'all the market isn't trading at random levels. It's not just trading randomly and just printing random shit. No, it's constantly going, touching key levels mechanically, mechanical, and it's repeating functions every time. So we go up to a premium, boom, just like that. And it looks like we already pierced that order block right there. So, and we already dropped down the discount. Now, let me show y'all how just technical this is and how mechanical this is. Y'all in the chat, what is this right here? What do we call this wick right here? What do we call that wick right there? It's a discount. It's a discounted level. Highlight that wick right there. Yep. Shep, ghost pool. So you can see how we trade up into a premium, which is this fair value gap. That was back from last Thursday. Fair value gap from last Thursday. We trade up into it. We reject off of it. Then we drop down the discount. BTC. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. And then after leaving the BTC, you can notice they didn't trade back down to it, right? Now it's ranging inside of a ghost pool. All right, this wick. Okay, let me explain this for y'all for the wicks. We treat wicks just like gaps. We treat wicks just like gaps, like fair value gaps. We treat them the same way. So we measure them, the closing price to the low. You can see how we trade down into what? Do you think it's random? Midway point of the ghost pool. I don't think that's random at all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We trade back down to the ghost pool. Why didn't we trade back down to here? The top of the fair value gap. Maybe because it made it efficient enough to where it doesn't even come back down to this. They dropped it down to the midway point and offered enough discount, close, and now this new candle drops down into the ghost pool, drops down to the midway point, offers support. And now what I want to see is, I want to see this BTC, this SIBI become an inversion. I want to see price trade up above this and become inverted. And you can trade inversion fair value gaps as well. You can trade inversion fair value gaps. So I want to see this SIBI turn to inversion and use it as support and come to this SIBI right here. All right. Drop down to a 15-minute. Now on the 15-minute time frame, it looks like it's already confirmed to me, but we retrace down. Now it's consolidating. You see the consolidation? Once it trades back up to this order block, which it could be, what time is it? 9:41. We're currently in Asia. The Asia session is currently going on. Asia starts from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock midnight. Eastern Standard Time. 8 o'clock p.m., 12 o'clock midnight, Eastern Standard Time. Right now, we're just consolidating. I want to see it come back up, invert this SIBI, and trade above this order block right here. All right. On a 15-minute time frame. Y'all press 1 if y'all want to learn this. Press 1 if y'all tapped in with this, man. Press 1 if you're going to master this skill set. All right. Master this shit. It's right here in front of you, man. They can't hide this shit from you. There's not too many people talking about it neither. Not too many people talking about it. And these concepts that I'm talking about, if you don't get them, just go back and watch the live stream, because it might go over your head the first time. You might not quite understand what's going on the first time. But once you go back and watch it and then you go study it, you go apply it, because this ain't for the lazy. If you lazy, if you're somebody who's lazy and don't want to apply no time, you think, oh, it's too much, then it's not for you. It's not going to be for you. But for the people that like to investigate and got to go see it for themselves, once you see it, you can't unsee it. What's up, Alicia? What's up, Louis? Appreciate y'all joining, man. Appreciate y'all joining. So it's just a time thing. Nothing really going on in the market right now. We got a macro. I teach that in my Discord as well. Macro. A macro is a specific time window that happens every hour. It's the last 10 minutes of the hour and the first 10 minutes of the top of the hour. And that's what I want to wait for. I want to see what the macro does. In the meantime, let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, 112,000. Drop down a discount. So it drops down to the BTC. This is a monthly time frame. Still bullish on Bitcoin. So as it drops down to this BTC, let's say you missed the BTC, all right? It trades back up. Y'all in the chat, what do we call this bearish candle? So I'm including both candles, this candle and this candle. They're one big candle to me. As we go higher and we break the opening price of this candle right here, we consider that a change in the state of delivery. That's what it's called. Excuse me. We call that the change in state of delivery, which indicates to me that, okay, this is still bullish. Let's say you missed it down here, and then we open up this candle right here, drop right back down into that order block. And then how does price react to it? It drops down into it, expansion higher, just like that. But Bitcoin is in price discovery. It's on the weekly. On the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, we retrace back down. There's a BTC right here, buy side and balance, sell side and efficiency. We trading through it. So what I want to see is, does price want to trade up? Does price want to trade up and pierce these consecutive highs right here? This is one consecutive order block. So for me, I want to see it come back up, break that high or pierce it, and that's going to indicate that it's going to continue to go higher. If it doesn't, it's going to want to drop back down. And where could it go? If it drops back down, it could come back down to these levels right here, these two order blocks. If y'all notice, I'm heavy on the order blocks today. Right there. And let's say we go any deeper than that, then we got a BTC right here on the monthly. Let's go down to the daily. So on the daily, we're just ranging back and forth. Even on the daily, let's see. Yeah, we're just ranging back and forth. So check it out. What I'm looking at on the daily is, you see these two consecutive candles right here. 1, 2, these two consecutive candles. I'm going to take the opening price and I'm going to drag it all the way to the right. And do you see how price drops down? First of all, if you think it's random, so first time it happened, like you got these two consecutive candles, we expand higher. Once we shift that price right there, that's an indication that it's bullish. We drop back down into it one time right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And then after the 6th time, it expanded higher, went higher, consolidated, came back down. And it's not random that it trades right back down to the same spot. Months later, it trades right back down to that same spot. And then also, if you didn't want to, if you don't see the order block, there goes a fair value gap right there. So I'm gonna highlight that fair value gap as well. This candle right here, there's a BTC. Let's highlight it. On the daily time frame, BTC. It's not random that we trade right back down to those levels. Boom, just like that. Order block plus BTC. Price supports it. And all price is doing right now is ranging back and forth. It's just ranging back and forth. Same thing on the opposite side. So check it out. Check it out. So we trade up. In case you don't understand what I'm showing you, we trade up. We take out the buy side liquidity right here. So that was the all-time high. That's the previous all-time high for Bitcoin. the market makers send it up. They take out the buy side and then they break it down. And as it breaks down, what am I looking at? You see these two up close candles? What do we call that in the chat? These two up close candles, what do we call that? I'm combining both of them. And what I'm looking for is for price to trade below that open right there, that price open right there. What do we call that in the chat? It's a bearish order block. Alicia, thanks for your time. You are appreciated, King. Appreciate it, Alicia. Thank you. Thank you. Order block. Yes, Shep. It's a bearish order block, but you have to wait for them to take out the liquidity. Do you think it's random that they poke it above that high right there and then sell it off? It's not random because guess what? They got their shorts, smart money. Let me spell it out for you. Market makers. Shorts. So the market makers have their shorts right sitting right above that high right there. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth, then I got some land for sale for you. All right. I got some land to sell for you. But we trade above that high right there. And what do you think retail thinks? Once we trade above that high, as a retail investor, what do you think the retail investors are thinking once Bitcoin or any asset breaks a high? And it's sitting at all-time high. What do you think they do? What's the first thing retail likes to do? I'm not moving on to somebody answer me. Somebody answer me, then I move on. Shep, are you saying it's going up more? It's going long? Yeah. So once you sit back, you hear the news, oh shit, Bitcoin is breaking out. I need to get some. Your coworkers at work, they're thinking, man, I need to get some more. I'm thinking I need to get some more. Most retail are thinking to go long. They're thinking to buy more. They're thinking that price, they're feeling left behind. So what they do is they start chasing the market at a premium level. Retail are chasing the market at a premium level. And little do they know, the market makers got their traps. The market makers got their traps resting right there where they want you. So as you buy the breakout, the market makers sell the market down. And what are they doing? Let me illustrate it for you. You see how the market rallies just like that? People are chasing that. Traders, specifically traders. They're chasing that. And as they chase the rally and they're buying the breakout, the market makers quickly shift the market lower after taking their longs because the market makers got in down here. You see that? Market makers got in down here. Really? No, they got down deeper than that. They didn't get down there and they're there. You know where the market makers got in at? They got in at discounts way back in April of the year. Little do y'all know, they was in these longs back in April. All right, let me just show you. They drop it down to discount. You see the bearish candle right here? What do we call that bearish candle? We drop down to discount. We break up higher. Let's highlight the opening price. Right there. See that opening price? What do we call that in the chat? Yes. Yes. What do we call that in the chat? You see that candle right there? Who knows it? Shout out to you, Jay Manson. Bullish order block. Yep. So as they drop it down to discount, they create a discount. And as soon as we trade above that high, and then guess what price does? It trades right back down into it. Boom. This is when Bitcoin was at $79,000. That's when the institution's been in it. And then from that point, it just goes higher. So you can see it expand higher. When they was buying in at deep, deep discounts, they extended higher just like that. Retail set around from 79,000 or 74,000 all the way to 120,000, 121,000. They sat around. Now they decide, okay, it's time to buy some Bitcoin because I hear it's going to go to $1 million. Matter of fact, before I move on, let's come to YouTube. And I just want to see what kind of sentiment they're pushing out with Bitcoin. Bitcoin 1 million. Let's see, $1 million. Let's go put it in the algorithm. Just 1 month ago, Bitcoin to $1 million sooner than you think. The math that changes everything. And what do y'all do? Little do y'all know. Y'all go out there and purchase it at $120,000, $121,000 because you simply don't know. Bitcoin is going to 1 million, says Michael Saylor. And that got 37,000 views. So that's potentially 37,000 buyers who went out there and purchase some goddamn Bitcoin at premiums because y'all sat back and say these people are experts when these people don't even have your best interests because they don't know what's going on in the market. Bitcoin could be worth over 1 million per coin in the next few years, says some guy, whatever his name is. How Bitcoin hits $1 million. Bitcoin will be worth trillions. So they just went past millions. Russia says U.S. planning 37 trillion crypto resets. 9 trillion. Let me see. 1 Bitcoin will be life changing. So whenever you hear this sentiment, it's going to pull you in. It's going to draw you in because that's all you see. But little do you know, it's a trap because the market makers are sitting back laughing. Let me come back to Bitcoin. Market makers are sitting back laughing because they've been in for months. They actually been in longer than that, but they offered themselves a discount back in April of this year and they pushed it higher. And okay, they went to the all-time highs. They went up to the all-time highs. And guess what? Retail is buying in here. Retail sees $112,000 at Bitcoin and they feel entitled to, they feel like they need to get some. So as it pushes higher, it goes up to the all-time high. And then the market makers offload their long positions and retail is getting trapped in these longs. Retail is getting trapped. And there's probably more traders of Bitcoin because the average person can't buy. The average person cannot buy $111,000 Bitcoin. I mean, shit. People got $100,000 in student loan debt. Okay. Like people got $100,000 mortgage. Plus people got $200,000 mortgages. People got $100,000 vehicles. So a lot of people, and that's like the middle class rich that can do that. But the average person cannot go out and buy $100,000 Bitcoin. So the best thing they can do is trade it. And there's a lot of traders in Bitcoin. Matter of fact, let's go look to the heat map. Let's go to the heat map. CoinGlass. Let's go over to CoinGlass. And let's just go see how many people got liquidated out of the market within the last day or two. Let's go to liquidations. And let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to the last 24 hours in Bitcoin. Last 24 in Bitcoin. So in the last 24 hours with Bitcoin, and we're talking about traders, not you long-term investors that hold the asset. We're talking about people that's trying to go in there and speculate and trade Bitcoin. In the last 24 hours, there have been $50 million liquidated. 50 million. We're not even including the last month. We're not including the last 3 months. We're not including the last 6 months. But within the last 24 hours, $50 million have been liquidated out of the crypto market, just Bitcoin alone. Just Bitcoin alone. Sure, when BTC hit 77K, then reverse, wasn't that a breaker block? We're going to look at it, Shep. We're going to look at it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, all right? Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. All right, let me go back to Bitcoin. All right, so once we hit the all-time high, the market quickly broke down. And what I'm looking at is, as soon as it breaks these consecutive candles, we call that a bearish order block. I'm including both of them. And do you think it's random how the market, after it breaks it, it trades back into it? Confirming that that is a bearish order block. And then what does the market do? It sells off just like that. Offers another SIBI. So while those people over to the left, over here to the left, they was getting long. Now all those traders in there holding those long positions, they're getting wiped out as the market makers send it lower while everybody going long getting liquidated. Just like that. We trade lower, trade back into the SIBI. We come down lower again. Just like that. We form another bearish order block, just like that. I'm gonna highlight that bearish order block right there. They trade back up into it, offer another sell, and then they sell it off back down to discount. Boom, just like that. And that's that same level that I highlighted to you over here to the left, where we had consecutive order blocks plus BTC trade into that. And then they rally higher. And then they sell it off again. So now they're just swinging it back and forth. And they're just consolidating. Bearish order block right here. So I'm thinking they might want to bring these markets down just a little bit more before we get deep into the fourth quarter. That's what it's looking like to me. Before we get deep into the fourth quarter, I believe they want to bring these markets down just a little bit lower. Back down to the weekly. But right now we're just consolidating. All right. Right now we're just consolidating. Shep, you said when Bitcoin hit 77K, then reverse. Let's go look. Let's go down to the daily. 77K Bitcoin. So okay, you're talking about this, Shep. You're talking about this. You're talking about this low, this high, that lower low. And then boom, once you see these consecutive candles, that's your breaker right there. I'm gonna highlight it. That's a breaker. And this is more advanced. So these two consecutive candles, that's a breaker block. But I got something better that I'm just gonna preserve that to my, because you can see it didn't trade back down into the breaker. It just left it. But that is a breaker right there. That's a breaker, but we didn't even trade back down to it. But guess what? What I'm looking at is the change in state of delivery. We see how we sell off. We take out this low. See the sell side liquidity. There are buy orders underneath that. Right there. There are pending orders right beneath that. And the market makers sell it off, take out liquidity because they have orders resting below that low. And then they shift the market structure. As soon as it breaks that high right there, trade back down into it. Rally, consolidate at the bottom portion of the breaker. Go above it. Go above the midway point at the premium side of it. And boom, displays higher. And then they give you one opportunity, not long at all, right here. See the BTC? They give you one opportunity to get in at the BTC, where it just trades down into it, offers you an opportunity to get long, and then it just breaks out and goes higher. So, and let's say you missed it. Let's say you missed the opportunity to get long. Hold on, what's going on? My chart just froze. Come on, man. Oh, man. My shit just froze. All right, what's this? All right, we back in it. Goddamn internet. All right, let's just say, okay, let's say you miss all this down here at the discount and you feel compelled to chase. Well, you start looking to the left of the market. Over here, you can see this SIBI right here. That SIBI becomes inversion. See that SIBI? We can trade through fair value gaps. We got BTCs, we got SIBIs, we got inversion fair value gaps, all right? Got the inversion. So you can see us trade through it and then drop back down to the midway point and then continue to go higher just like that. So if you're retail, do you do the opposite? So if you're retail, do the opposite of your instincts tell you, LOL, think like the market makers? I'm not sure what you're saying. Maybe you might need to reword that right quick. But I definitely do the opposite of retail. I don't think like retail. But you gotta have the narrative behind the market. You gotta understand the narrative, and that's what I have. I understand the narrative, and it's in the price action. It's in the price action. That's why they keep you away from price, and they keep y'all on YouTube over here with the $1 million math for Bitcoin. What else? Bitcoin hits $1 million much sooner than you think. All right, $1 million Bitcoin just for y'all. Stephen Myers, are you Elliott Wave certified? No, I'm not. I'm precision based, naked price action, algorithmic, ICT, all that. That's what I'm certified in. That's what I'm certified in. Not Elliott Wave. You don't see me doing any Elliots, none of that. Okay, so let's see. Price selling off. And this is back on XRP. Price selling off. So if it sells off, I want to see it trade down to what level? You see these consecutive candles right here? That to me is a bullish order block. If it breaks through that fair value gap right there, that's a bullish order block on the 15 minute. 1 hour. Yeah, think like market makers, don't FOMO into trades. Nice rejection off this inversion though. You see how it trades up to that inversion and it rejects. Now it's trading back down to the BTC. Back to the 15-minute. Let me remove that because that failed. That order block failed. So what I'm looking for now is I want to see it come down to this right here, this order block. See what it wants to do. Also back on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, I'm looking at this ghost pool right here, which it looks like that's the midway point of it right there. That order block on the 15-minute, that looks like the midway point. Yep, can't make that up, man. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. So let me show y'all again. Show y'all this again. I'm gonna remove that. On the 1 hour time frame, we call this a wick. You see that wick right there? That is a ghost pool. Very sensitive. Very sensitive. Price can trade down to that and key off of that. It's a key level right there. Very sensitive. If it decides to go any lower, right there. And then on the 15-minute, which is the lower time frame, we got these consecutive candles right here. And as I drop that right there, that lines up exactly with the midway point of that hourly wick, just like that. Precision. You see that? Using two different time frame concepts, lining up with the precision right there. If they decide to bring this lower. But we trade back into the 1 hour fair value gap. Let's go down to a 5-minute. And right now the 5-minute is shifting lower, selling off. I'm still bullish though, for now. Oh, hopefully y'all been learning something. This is definitely one y'all want to go back and watch and understand pretty much the concepts that I'm talking about. That's what I'm primarily here for. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the education side of learning the skill. My channel is an educational channel. So hopefully y'all are taking advantage of the free content that I'm providing for y'all. And doing stuff like this will completely remove the stress of waiting. It has to be more to life than just waiting for a crypto or an asset to appreciate, man. Y'all gotta do other things. Gotta do other things. And this is one of them. Tape reading, reading price action. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. I know everybody got stuff to do. I gotta prepare myself for the week for trading. Gotta talk to my community as well. Anyway, what's some things, have y'all been taking advantage? Have y'all been taking advantage of any discounts in the market? That's what I want to know. Have y'all been taking advantage of any discounts? Are y'all just waiting? What are y'all sentiment, man? What's your sentiment? What are you waiting for? What's your end of the year predictions for XRP? That's what I want to know. End of year predictions for XRP. So you can see us trading down. Go back out to the 15-minute. So as I'm looking at that ghost pool on the 1 hour, look where it just tapped on that 1 hour ghost pool. 1 hour ghost pool. Look how it traded down and look what it traded to. The upper quadrant of that 1 hour. So let's go out to the 1 hour. See on the 1 hour, it trades down to that level and taps it just like that. The 0.25 level, you see how it traded down to it and rejected off of it. Very sensitive, not random at all. Not random at all. Leisha, just holding for the breakout for sure. Victor, 589. Shout out to you, Victor. $5.89. That famous $5.89. And y'all told me social media, they're getting real impatient. People selling. Yeah, man. It's crazy out here. It's been real quiet too, man. I like it like that too. Not so much distractions unless you just forcing this shit on yourself every day. I wouldn't be doing that. That's not healthy at all. It's not healthy at all. So look how price trades down. All right, it trades down, it taps. I think that's random. It drops down. It fills in the gap. It taps the upper quadrant right there. You see that? And now it's starting to rally higher. Let's go to the 5 minute. Might want to come down a little bit more. Boom, super chat. $10 super chat. Shout out to you, Victor, man. I appreciate it. Victor, do you need me to review anything? Do you need me to review anything, Victor? Do you want me to review anything? I got you. If y'all want me to review something, y'all let me know. Send a super chat. I appreciate it. Shep, you said $10 to $13. Louis, 13 to 21. Man, that'll be beautiful. $21 XRP. Man, that'll be beautiful right now. Man, what would that do for y'all, man? What's the first thing y'all doing? Y'all let me know in the chat. $21 XRP by December. What's the first thing you doing? Victor, you need me to if there's anything y'all want me to review, let me know and I got you. But look how price trades down. Do y'all think that's random? It trades down to the order block. I mean, excuse me, the fair value gap. It completely fills the fair value gap and then it reverses on the dime. Gonna start trading and making money off my gains. Yeah, man, you gotta learn the skill set first though, Shep. You gotta learn how to do this first. That's what I recommend. Leisha, learning aloud. What you teach makes sense. Appreciate it, Leisha. It's very, from what somebody told me, it's very mechanical. It's very just step-by-step process oriented. And a lot of people gravitate to it. And for all these influencers out here and all these people that say they do price predictions or analysis, they need to tell you how, they need to show you how to do it live. Like I'm doing it. I'm doing a live session with y'all, watching real market price action, telling you where I think it wants to go, where it should go, and how it should happen. So you just see me highlighted all these areas in real time, and that's exactly what's going on. Alicia, you said not random. Victor, HBAR, I got you, Victor. We're going to look at HBAR here in a second. Shep, I will use my gains to buy your program. Okay, Shep, appreciate it. Alicia, manipulation. Are you asking, Alicia, or are you just... What are you asking? Are you saying, is it manipulated or do you want to see the manipulation? Victor, missed most of the stream, but I'm going to rewatch it later. All right, Victor, appreciate it. Let's go ahead and look at HBAR. Let's go look at HBAR right quick. Okay, Leisha, you're asking about manipulation. So the manipulation is, let's go make the XRP. The manipulation is when, let me zoom out. Go to the 1 hour. So the manipulation is not understanding that the market makers leave behind their orders in the market and retail just speculate. I'm able to identify where the pending orders are in the market, above the market at a premium, below the market at discounts. They leave their trail and their footprints in the market every day. Every day the market prints, they're leaving behind their trail and their footprints. And I'm able, because I understand the narrative, I'm able to identify the footprints. I'm able to identify how the market repeats back and forth and how The markets, if you don't know, they're coded based on time. So that's one element. The number one element to all of this shit right here is time. The markets are time-based first. So most of everybody have no idea or concept that time is behind the market. Nobody has a concept that time is the mechanism. Time is a mechanism. Just like in the known universe, we got the what we got? Earth, wind, fire. We got touch, smell, all these different senses. But one of the things that we don't put in factor is time. We got gravity, but all this shit is being held together by time. So I forgot where I was going with it, but time is the number one mechanism behind the market. They're not going to move until it's time to move. And guess what? We can identify and time the market during specific times of the day, days of the week, etc. That's why I just said a macro. So for example, watch this. Watch this right quick. Let's go back down to the 15-minute, and then I'm gonna look at HBAR. It's so many factors. How can I join your Discord? Look at the top. Is it in there? Louis, click the link at the top of the chat. I got it pinned to the top of the chat. Is it in my description? 1 second. Damn, it's not in my description. So click the link. Let me know if the link in the top of the chat is working. And then I had to put in my description in my next live stream. Let me know if the link in the description at the top of the chat is working. That's what the Discord is. Let's come back to the 5-minute for Alicia. Not for Alicia, but for Alicia. That's funny. But let's look at 10 o'clock. So watch this, Alicia. I'm gonna show you this. 10 o'clock. I'm gonna drop a vertical trend line at 10 o'clock p.m. All right, 10 o'clock p.m. I'm gonna make it a little thicker so you can see. So this white line right there, that's 10 o'clock p.m. All right. I'm gonna highlight this right here, macro. I'm gonna show you what a macro is. A macro is a specific time window in the market, and most of everybody don't have no idea about this. So if you learn it, you learn it. If you don't, you don't. Excuse me. So do you see right here? I'm on let's go 5-minute. On a 5-minute time frame, I got this indicator that says macro. The macro was from 9:50 p.m. to 10:10 p.m. That's a 20-minute window in time. 20-minute window in time. All right. So prior to that macro, what was the market doing? I'm gonna highlight it. What was this right here? In this orange highlighted area, what do we call that? What do we call that right there? You get access, Louis, you get access to the Discord once you go through the Patreon. You get access to the Discord once you go through the Patreon. All right. I got different tiers for different people. So if you want access to the Patreon, you got the Discord, you got to go through the Patreon. That keeps a lot of bullshit from coming in. You know what I'm saying? It keeps a lot of BS from in there. Yes, Shep, Ed, everybody. Before that macro at 9:50 to 10:10, the market was doing what? Consolidating back and forth, just like that. It was consolidating back and forth, just like that. Consolidation. And there was other macros as well. But during this last macro that we just seen, where the market just pretty much sold off, it was this specific window in time right here, and I'm gonna highlight it for you. From 9:50 to 10:10. Right there. I'm gonna highlight it white just to show you, okay, this is what I'm referring to right here, this little window in time. So the market is ran on a script and it performs during certain times of the day. So you can see I'm on a 1-minute time frame, by the way. I'm on a 1-minute time frame. So before we hit 9:50, the market was just sideways being held. Whenever the market is consolidating, I like to say it's being held in consolidation. They're just holding the market until a certain time. So during a certain time, there's manipulation in the market. So as soon as the market hits 950 right here, the first 10 minutes from 950 to 10 o'clock, the market sells off. That's manipulation right there. If you don't know, that's the manipulation move, because if you're a trader, a lot of traders will try to sell this because they see it running lower. And yes, you can scalp this. You can get in there and short this. Yes, you can do it. But this is a false breakout. This is a false breakout because the higher time frame trend is bullish, right? So at 950, the market sells off. So from 950 to 1010, it sells off. And where does it go? It drops down to discount. So you look over to the left, you see these lows. That's liquidity. That's liquidity in the market. What kind of liquidity? Y'all tell me in the chat. What kind of liquidity is this right here? What kind of liquidity is that in the market? What kind of liquidity is that? We sell off during a specific time window, 950. Okay, y'all tell me if is that random that I know exactly when the market is going to move during specific times? Sell side, not buy side, sell side. Buy side liquidity is above the market. Sell side liquidity is below the market. Is it random that certain time windows that the market moves and you can see it sell off, it takes out liquidity, and what else does it does? It drops down. You see this Fibonacci right here? It drops down into that 1 hour. Let me show you. Had to zoom out right quick. We already know order flow is bullish, right? We know that, right? We drop down into what? The fair value gap. There goes the liquidity right there. That liquidity wasn't no random level. It was the low of the 8 o'clock session. It was the low of the 8 o'clock hour. I mean, the 8 o'clock hour formed the low. We sold off at 950. We took out the low, which is the liquidity, inside of the BTC, and we extended even further down to this wick right here. See this wick? That is a ghost pool. When we drop down to that, we drop down to the 0.5, the 0.25 level, just like that. Not random at all. So the manipulation was the sell-off, but they're offering a discount, right? Below old lows is where their buy orders are. They sell it off. Everybody got caught in selling it. Let's go back down to the 1 minute. So there goes the sell-off. And then from 10 o'clock to 10:10 is when the macro completes, right? We take out liquidity, we hit that wick, and then what do we see right here? We see these 2 consecutive down close candles, and what happens? We trade up. What do we consider this right here, y'all? What do we consider this? And this is where the institutions are buying at. They manipulated the market with the sell-off, and then what do we highlight right there? What do we call those 2 consecutive candles? What do we call those 2 consecutive candles right there? Come on now. Y'all been showing y'all all day what this is. Boom. Shout out to you, Lawrence. As soon as price trades up and breaks that high right there, that is an indication of that's a change in the state of delivery, meaning they're going to reverse it. And after that 20-minute window, which was the manipulation, that's why y'all asked, manipulation, everybody that was trading went short. They try to short it. They try to chase it. And guess what? They reverse it on a dime and start sending it higher. So everybody that got caught trying to short this, now they're getting liquidated out the market. And let's go to the heat map. Let's go to the XRP heat map. Boom, right here. XRP. In the last, let's look. In the last hour, let's go look. Where is it at? In the last hour, $27,000 liquidated out of the market for XRP. 27,000. It's not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money. Shit, 27,000 traders, because that's intraday trading. So the manipulation was the sell-off. Just after the macro completes, they send it higher, just like that. And now it's in the buy program, and now this shit is rallying higher, just like I sat here and anticipated and told y'all it would. There goes a BTC right there. So let's say you missed it down here. They offered another opportunity right here. Boom, entry. And now what is price doing? Expanding higher, just like I told y'all. And what did I tell y'all earlier? I wanted to see that candle right there, this SIBI become inverted. Did I or did I not say that earlier? Did I want to see this inverted and become an inversion? All right, it's all beforehand. All right, beforehand. You can't make this up. Also, once we break these two candles right here, that would be bullish. And guess what? There goes the bullish order block right there. Boom, just like that. There goes the bullish order block just like that. Once we break those two consecutive candles, that's an indication that that's a change in the state of delivery, and now it wants to continue to go higher just like that. So are you not entertained? Are you not entertained by real-time price action? So Alicia, the point was the manipulation was during the time window, 950 to 1010. That was the manipulation. They sell it off. They got everybody thinking, oh, it's going lower, just to reverse it and go back up higher, just like that. That's how manipulated these markets are, and it's based on time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's coded based on time. Time first. And now I'm anticipating XRP to go a little bit higher. Next level I want to see is that 1 hour fair value gap that I highlighted ahead of time above the market. All right. I wanted to see this become an inversion. Now I want to see it come up and tap that level right there. At least she said, well, damn, that's why I say, man, y'all need to tap in with me, man. We got ladies, we got gentlemen, people tapped into the Discord, all right? And we in there live. We're not just following crypto. We're doing this in other markets as well, all right? So just like that. So again, if y'all want to, once I log off and y'all want to test this on your own, the next macro is what? Y'all tell me in the chat. When's the next macro? And if you know it, don't say nothing. I want the people that are brand new, I want them to participate. When is the next macro? When is the next macro? Who knows it? If you know it, don't say nothing. But if you don't know it, when is the next macro? Okay, Leisha, appreciate it. I look forward to you being there. When is the next macro? The macro is complete. The 950 to 1010 macro is done. When is the next macro for y'all to study on your own? Because I'm about to get up out of here. But when I get up out of here, I want y'all to go study these phenomenons in price. You might not understand it right away, but I just showed you and demonstrated to you that was the manipulation in price, how they sold it down and then reversed it and sent it higher, just like that. All right. Not random at all. Not random at all. Order block. Now let's continue to go higher. Go to the 5 minute. And just like that, time in the market. How many people out here gonna show y'all how to do this, man? How many people gonna put you on and show you live market price action, etc.? Not too many people's gonna do that for y'all. And show you what's really going on behind price. All right, it's very complex. This is the hardest shit I ever had to do in my life, learning this. All right, and I already knew once you get this, the sky's the limit. There's no max potential on how much you want to make ever in life. Once you master this, there is no limitations on how much you want to decide to go make in life. All right, no limitations. Lawrence, you said hourly or quarterly? Oh, Shep got it. 1050 to 1110. Yes, that's the next macro. 1050 to 1110. That's the end of the hour at 10 o'clock and going into 11 o'clock. So that's something I want y'all to go study on your own. Look how prices just expand higher. So if I was day trading and I showed y'all exactly how I would have did it, real time, look at that. Look at that move. Look at that price move just like that. This shit goes on in every market. I don't care what market you go to. It could be a shit coin. It could be whatever market you want to watch. Look at the price move after the manipulation, just like that. Can't make this shit up at all. Now XRP sitting at 288, like nothing just happened. That's very bullish. Let's go out to the daily. Exactly what I wanted to see on the daily. All right, on the daily, let's see. We're at a key level. Remember I said on the daily, that's a bearish order block. I'm gonna highlight that bearish order block. Just like that. And guess what? Guess where we just traded to? The midway point of the bearish order block. So I want to see, we're at a key level. Do we tap up into that and start to trade lower and reverse and come down lower? We shall see. If we break through that and we come above this high right here, that's an indication that That's a change in the state of delivery, and market is going to want to continue to go higher. That's going to be super bullish if XRP can do that. Super bullish if we trade above that high right there, the opening price. But if we stay at the midway point and start to show weakness, we're coming back down to discount. All right, so hopefully y'all understand that what I'm conveying to you. Now look at that higher time frame key level. We tap into that SIBI. Is that random? Y'all see me do it real time. Is that random? I don't think that's random. I highlighted this before it even got up there, and guess what? We traded up into it, and it rejected off of it. Now, what is it done? Let's go down to the 1 minute. The guy trades up into it and rejects off of it. There goes a BTC right there. BTC. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Boom, right there. Trade down into it. Now, if we trade back up and we break this opening price right there, if we come back up and we trade to this opening price right here, that's going to indicate to me that that's going to want to go higher. So let's see what it wants to do. It's tapping that SIBI on the 1 hour. I want to see it go up and become inverted. But as soon as if we break this high right here, that's going to be a shift in market structure. I mean, a continuation. But right now it's just trading back down to discount. If we trade lower, check it out. If we break down and come back to you see these consecutive candles right here, that will be a bearish order block. These 3 consecutive candles, that would be a bearish order block. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna take this trend line right here and place it right there at the opening price. If we trade below that, it's coming back down lower. So tap in with me, man. Y'all tap into the Discord, tap into the Patreon. All right, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. But like I said, I think I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all check out the next macro 1050 to 1110 and see if the market doesn't do some crazy shit during those time windows. Let's see right quick. It's trading back down lower. So that it definitely hit a premium. Definitely came up from discount to premium. Discount. Back up to premium. And like I said, if it breaks that low right there, that's going to be a shift. But if it stays within this, let's see. If it stays within this, it's going to come up higher. So zoom out right quick. 5 minute. Look at the 5 minute time frame. Back to the 1 minute. I think it might want to break down. And it's just a time thing. Now I'm sitting here timing the market. I'm waiting for specific things. I'm just sitting here waiting. We hit a premium. Let's say it breaks this high right here. If it breaks above that high right there, I'm going to say it wants to continue to go higher. Not this high no more, but this high. But right now we're trading inside of this BTC, and it might become an inversion if we break down. Oh yeah, HBAR. Let's come back to HBAR. I got y'all. My bad. Got sidetracked. So HBAR. So I'm looking at the monthly time frame. Let's go to the monthly time frame for HBAR. So what I'm looking at for HBAR is right now we're trading at 21 cents. We're retracing down. It failed to hit that high right there. So as we come down, okay, we already dropped down a discount. Let's say we come down any lower for HBAR. Let's come down. If we come down lower, I'm looking at these 2 consecutive candles right there. That's an order block. I'm looking at that. And I'm also looking at this inversion that we're currently in. Also, you can add this BTC right here. See this BTC? I'm going to add that as well. And right now, I would say HBAR is at a good discount. It's definitely at discount. So definitely a prime time to accumulate. It's sitting at discount. It's still bullish to me. Still bullish. You can see it dropping down to the BTC on the monthly. So there's 2 monthly BTCs inside of each other. So you got this one shaded in blue. And then you see the midway point of the BTC, we're below it. So anything below it is discount. Anything above it is the premium. Even though it's overall a discount, you can pick and choose, okay, do you want to buy it now or do you want to see if it comes down even lower? And as you can see, it drops down even lower. Let me give it another shade. Let's see. Right there. 2 shades of blue. So you can see it drops down even lower. Now we're at the below the midway point of this inversion right here. And now we're inside of this biscuit right here in the darker blue. That's the prime time to accumulate 21 cent HBAR. You cannot complain with that. Do I see it coming back down to 15 cents? No, I don't. We shifted market structure right here with these 2 consecutive candles. That's an order block. Also, if you want to use the wick as well, look at the wick. That's a premium wick, a premium ghost pool. So watch this. Let's go from the open to the high. And you tell me if that shit is random, all right? You tell me if that's random, or do you see the precision in this? From the opening price up to the high, we trade down. Look at the midway point of the ghost pool. See the ghost pool right here, the midway point? Is it random that price drops down into that and tags that? No, it's not random. They offered it at 20 cents. Not random at all. Very bullish, and you still got time to accumulate. So if I was you, well, I can't tell you what to do, but if I was you and I needed to accumulate HBAR right now, HBAR is at the prime opportunity right now to get it at a discount. All right. And I mean, it's only common sense. Just 2 months ago, HBAR was at 30 cents. Now it's sitting at 21 cents. You could have got it at 20 cents. So if I was you, I would be accumulating. Appreciate it, Leisha. Is there something you want me to follow, Leisha? Appreciate the super chat. Is there anything you want me to cover? Anything, Leisha? Anything special? It could be anything. It could be any market. It could be stocks. It could be whatever. My next live stream, I'll probably go into other more assets, cover metals. If you don't know, silver is breaking out. How many of y'all own silver? Silver is definitely breaking out. Anything special, Leisha? Anything special you want me to analyze? But as far as HBAR, y'all, HBAR is at a discount. And if it was me, I still might. HBAR sitting prime opportunity for HBAR. Leisha, you say you have already been helpful. Thank you. Okay, Leisha, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the super chats, y'all. I appreciate it. Appreciate the super chats. For real, for real. Especially if y'all are learning, man. If y'all are taking away, because this, you know how much money people pay for this? All right, you know how much money people pay for it? I'm just simply doing it for free on my YouTube. People pay a lot of money if you can show them results. So, okay, boom. You see how, back on XRP, you see us trade down. To me, we broke this low. So now it's going to come down lower. You see these consecutive candles? We traded lower. We tagged these consecutive candles. Now that becomes a bearish order block. And now, let's see, you can use this order block right here. You can use this one right here. Or you can use the inversion. So inside the inversion, let's see, comes back up. Look at this SIBI right here. Let's see if it tags that. See that SIBI right there? Let's see if it tags that and comes lower. And it's inside of the inversion. It's inside of the inversion gap. So I was just hanging in there. It's not random. Just hanging inside of that right there. It's at the midway point of that order block on the daily. So if I go out to the daily, let me show you. On the right side of my screen, I'm going to show you the daily order block. So you see on the daily on the right side, what I did was I divided it in half. Look at the midway point. It's just trading right there at that level right there. See that? Not random at all. Not random at all. And then we come back over here to the left. This is the 1 minute chart. So you can see us trade back up into that. Now let's see if it wants to go lower. Definitely hit a key level, which was the midpoint. Midpoint. But before I get out of here, man, make sure y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Help me get my subscribers up. On the road to 2,000 subscribers. Got a while to go, but I'm trying to get to 2K. Help me get my subscribers up. Subscribe to the 5 minute. What is the 5 minute showing? Okay, 5 minutes still looks bullish. I didn't account for the 5 minute. So we traded back down. Traded back above this. And now it looks like it wants to continue to go higher. Also trading inside of this wick right here on the 5 minute. But like I said, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all joining. I look forward to seeing y'all on the next live stream. Make sure y'all stay patient, stay confident, touch grass, live a little life. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to have a long fourth quarter. Let's see right quick. 1 minute. So, yeah, you see how I trade up into that inversion right there? I mean, we're inside of the inversion gap, and there's a SIBI inside of that. So look how we're trading inside of that right there. And if we break down and trade below this right here, it's going to continue to go lower. Appreciate you, Ed. Appreciate you. Boom, boom. Okay, let's see. Very volatile, very volatile. Traded back into that inversion. Let's go to the 5 minute. Peace out, Victor. Peace out. See you soon, Shep. Like I said, if y'all ain't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all joining, man. Peace out.